there guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna Sophia for those of you that are new here, and I thought now that Halloween is out of the way, it's the perfect time to get to some Christmas DIYs that I've been really eager to start, so let's get right into today's video. One of my favorite things to do is if you're anything like me and you decide you want to hoard a bunch of past Christmas cards, birthday cards, I'm going to show you a really easy hack that you can do and get some really nice holiday decor without spending any money. You just want to start off by taking a frame that you have. It could be a frame that you're actively using on a day-to-day basis, and just replace that picture for right now with a greeting card that you received in the years prior. And if it doesn't fit perfectly, you just can trim off a little bit of the card and slide it right in there. And so I don't forget what picture normally goes in there after the holidays are over. I just place that picture right behind it. Now, if you want to do this on a bigger scale and you have a bigger frame you'd like to fill, usually greeting cards are 5x7 or less, I would say for most cases. So this is where you can use a mat. I talk about mats all the time in my videos. I think they can make or break how a picture turns out, and all you have to do is tape the greeting card to the back of the mat. And this is something that you can switch out as time goes on. If you want to take the mat out altogether and put the picture that was originally in the frame, great. But for the holidays, I think this adds a really nice touch, and it's substantial decor for free. The theme I'm definitely going with this year for Christmas is very kind of Nordic inspired and just very natural, neutral, as many things are in my house. So the first thing I needed to find was a stick, and also I had a very overgrown juniper bush in my backyard, so I gave that a quick trim as well to make this very easy and free DIY. I just tied some twine that I had already had around the top so it has something to hang from on the wall. And a few things I want to point out. For the branch, you want to make sure that you're pulling all the bark off, because a lot of times little critters, little buggies can live in the bark of trees, so you want to make sure that you're just peeling all that off so you don't have any uninvited guests in your house. And then I did have an overgrown juniper bush in my back like I mentioned, so I just gave that a quick trim, and I'm just going to hot glue these pieces to the stick itself. I saw something on, I think it was Pottery Barn, and they were charging like almost $100 for something that looks identical to this, almost identical. So, and this was absolutely free for me. For the next DIY, we are going to be making a Christmas or holiday pillow, and I've had this canvas gift bag for years now, and I decided this would be the perfect thing to make a decorative pillow for the holidays without spending any money. So all I'm doing here, as you can see, is I'm filling the gift bag with the pillow, and what's nice about this is 3 of the 4 sides are already done for you. You just need to attach that top piece. So I'm just going to use hot glue because I'm lazy and I don't want to get out my sewing machine and do that whole thing. And this is a really easy and affordable way to get a decorative holiday pillow. If you've been following me from the beginning, you might remember when I did my entryway inspired by Kylie Jenner's entryway, and I had found this thrifted plant. And obviously it's faux, but I kind of wanted to make it look a little bit more holiday inspired and just make it feel a little bit more Christmassy. So initially I had rocks down there at the bottom, and so I removed all those rocks, and I thought, what a perfect way to just add a little holiday touch by adding some fairy lights all around this tree. If you obviously don't have a tree that looks like this, you could really use any faux plant that you have on hand, or you can simply grab a branch outside and stick it in a pot that you're not using, surround it with pine cones or whatever you have on hand, and this could be completely free. And after I was happy with how the lights looked all the way around, I just decided I was going to paint the bottom white just to make it feel a little bit more Christmas-like. Next up is one of the oldest tricks in the book, and that is to simply wrap old boxes. And this doesn't have to be anything fancy, it's just something you have lying around your house and wrapping paper. I never think I'm going to go through a whole roll of wrapping paper. I always have some left over, so you can use some that you've had from years before. You don't have to go out and buy anything new yet, and just wrap the box around. And for this DIY, you can get as fancy with it with bows and like decorative accents around that you want, or you can keep it really simple. And what's nice about this is you can style these gift boxes in so many different ways. You can style them on shelves, you can style them underneath that little tree that we just did, and it looks very festive, but you didn't have to spend any money to do it. Again, another very easy thing you can do is simply swap out your floral. I had some fall floral in this vase. It's a neutral colored vase, and I just swapped it for some eucalyptus. Some of you guys might remember when I made these sweater wrapped candles for the fall time, and I loved them then and I still love them, but I wanted to add a little something to them to make them feel a little bit more holiday and Christmas inspired. So I'm just wrapping some twine around them, as well as this scrap pine that is obviously faux, and it just gives it a little bit more of a holiday feel without damaging what I made before. So after the holidays are over and I just maybe want to stick to more of like a winter theme, I can just take this off and leave them as they are. And this is just a really cost-effective way to have holiday decor without having to spend any money. So that's what I wanted this whole video to be about. Sometimes it's just adding a little bit of pine and twine and berries or whatever it is to an item that you already have that you can take off when the holidays are over to make your house feel more seasonal. Some of you might remember when I made these tea light house bookends from the Dollar Tree for the fall time, and I love them for fall, and I also am gonna love them for Christmas. And the only thing that I'm really changing is the books that I'm putting in the middle. Instead of using like yellow and orange books to really incorporate that fall tone that I was really trying to achieve, now I'm going to wrap these books with Christmas wrap. That's the thing about wrapping paper. It's not just for presents. You can use it for so many different things. And honestly, this really makes me nostalgic of when I was in grade school and you have to like wrap all those books. I don't know what kids are doing these days. I'm sure everything's online, but it's just a really nice way to add a Christmas touch with, again, not spending any money. And then once the holidays are over, you simply take what you wrapped off and you have your books back. And if you didn't want to use wrapping paper, if you wanted to keep it pretty neutral, you can always wrap them in some scrap fabric that you have on hand just to give it a more textured look. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I hope you liked today's video. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, because I post home decor and DIY content every single week, and I plan on posting tons of holiday content, so please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you know every time I post a new video, and I will see you guys next Sunday. Bye.